Hi, so this is Kevin with Big Bear Performance. What we have here is we're actually starting to manufacture our own cartridges, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why we're actually doing that. Because we are an Olin service center and have been for 10 years now. And when I started with Olin's, there was very little product with Olin's for Harley Davidsons back in 2011 and 12. So with having said that, there was a lot of stuff that I had to actually develop on my own, such as spring rates, front cartridges, shocks, the valving and test riding and geometry and all that. Because Olin's at that point, back then, was mainly selling stuff for race bikes and sport bikes and European made models. So we went through that period and all the way up until this year of 2022. We had been working with Olin's on TTX stuff for Harleys, as well as the 30mm cartridges for Harleys, which they don't do 30 mils, and their engineers have been here and checked us out and what we were doing with the 30 mils and modifying it and making parts, and then Olin's has also been buying like remote reservoir brackets from us and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden Olin's was out of stock and inventory on cartridges basically for like almost 6 months. So that was the big driving force right there for us to go ahead and manufacture our own cartridges. And so I thought, well, now's the time to do it, because they don't have anything for us to sell as far as cartridges go, and also been really out of inverted front ends as well. So cartridges for low rod S's, cartridges for the baggers, the touring models, and for diners, and 49mm forks, period. So with all the knowledge and testing that I've done with Olin's, as well as we did the race program this year with the King of Baggers with Motoamerica. Andrew Lee was our rider. We finished 8th. We're finished right behind both factories, Indian and Harley Davidson. We placed they had 7 riders between Indian and Harley, and we finished 8th. So that was really good. We did really well. We didn't have the millions of dollars to spend on our engine. Everybody had like 30, 40 horsepower, 35 horsepower more than us. So it was time to get into our cartridges. And so we have started from scratch, and all that knowledge has gone into these, and we're super proud of them. They've come out really good. I've been doing a lot of testing, dyno testing, as well as test riding bikes that I've put these in, and they're really, really good. Now we're using a 32mm piston size, which Olin's does not make a 32, they make a 30. And so it was a bit of a gamble on how is this going to feel being 32mm, because we're actually pushing more oil through the valve on a 32mm than a 30mm. And the result from going to a larger diameter piston is that it is pushing more oil through the valve, but the byproduct of that is they feel super smooth. So I was really happy about that. They feel super smooth and they soak everything up, and I've tested them at 20 miles an hour and all the way up to 140 miles an hour on the street, on the freeway, and they're awesome. They're really, really good. So we're very, very proud of that. And like I said, all my knowledge from Olin's has gone into these, and it's working out really, really good. Super happy. So far the customers have been getting them super stoked, really happy, no question about it. And so there we have it. We're making them for stock length for touring models, 2.5 over for touring models, stock length lowrider S 2017 and up, 2018 and up, inverted forks, stock length and 2 over. And then we're also making them for stock length for diners and 2 over for diners. And then we're also will be making soon cartridges for 39mm forks for diners and FXRs. One of the things I want to point out is with our cartridge, there's no need to modify the fork, the upper fork tube. A lot of other companies out there are making cartridges, and they're having you cut the bottom of the fork out so their actual cartridge body is much longer than this, It goes all the way to the bottom of the fork. There's no need for that. The travel on these cartridges is 4 inches, which is more than ample for the street. 4 inches of travel is more than you need. So that's fantastic, and you don't have to modify your fork tubes. These just bolt right in, direct replacement, and the performance is off the hook. So get yourself some.